What's up, E.D.G family? Kevin here. Today we're doing something a little different. It's St. Patrick's Day, and I thought today would be a great way to do some tasting, a Irish whiskey tasting. This hopefully will be fun. I am never been like the biggest St. Patrick's Day person. I will say, growing up, it was probably more about the food. Probably maybe even still is more about like, having a different meal on St. Patrick's Day. But I do tend to carry some Irish whiskeys, beers, and stuff, from time to time. This is a little bit more than I usually have on hand, so I had a couple, got a couple shooters for this this blind tasting. But generally, I do have like an Irish coffee creamer around. I got a Guinness back here. It's also one of those things I don't generally buy unless it's St. Patrick's Day. Not that I don't like Guinness, there's other stouts I'm way more into than that. And then, we got a couple other beers. These are both local. We'll talk about those in a second. And then, I got a high-end Irish right here. Just a good assortment. This one is not in the blind tasting. I can tell you that I don't know exactly what's what. We do have some Jameson, which I'm very familiar with Jameson. Jason, yeah. And so, anyways, yeah, so Jameson definitely probably the most familiar Irish whiskey to me. I have had this Sexton before, and I will tell you, it is in this blind tasting, but out of all of them that I'm probably going to be able to pick out, it may be that one. We'll see. I have some Proper 12. I believe that's Conor McGregor's brand. I have some buddies that are kind of into this one. I've never had it before, so we will see about that. And I've also never had Tullamore Dew. I've obviously seen it around quite a bit, but yeah, that is what we have going on. I'm gonna try to nose them, try to tell you maybe what I can tell different wise, and we're gonna see if I can actually figure out which one is which. I've to be honest, I've never done anything like this before, but I'm gonna start like left to right, I think, and we can just start nosing, and I'll try to place them. Like I said, I don't know if I'm gonna be able to pick these out or not. This is quite interesting. Yeah, I mean, to me this just kind of smells like an Irish whiskey. I'm not gonna lie. Definitely I think I may know which one that is, but let's go to this next one. Oh, definitely not as strong on the nose. This one, very potent, and let's look at these colors too. Definitely a little darker. I'm gonna see this guy. It's a tad bit fainter, but I don't think it's. I don't know. There's just going from that one to that one. This one's just very nose heavy. All right, what do we got here? Similar here, I actually get more alcohol in this one than I do that one. This one seems like it's probably more like a smooth Irish. This one, I don't know. Like I said, I've not had two of these, so it's gonna be kind of hard to tell. Oh, that one's got, yeah, that one's definitely some sweetness on the nose on both of these for sure. These are definitely the two strongest nose ones. This one's very faint, and this one is very, like I said, I'm getting a lot of the alcohol coming through on this. I'm getting a little bit more of that Irish sweetness. We'll go back to this guy one more time. Nothing. I'm gonna be completely honest. I'm getting nothing out of this guy. It's interesting because, like I said, even this one where I thought like I was getting a little bit more of the alcohol off the nose, I get something. I'm getting nothing out of this one. So, and I did not pour these myself. These have been switched through multiple times. They're numbered. So let's see what we got here. Let's go in for this guy. Start with the one on the left. Like I said, I don't think the nose is quite as heavy as this one, but this definitely has the second strongest nose. sweetness. Definitely all the way through the finish. It's not too much like alcohol kind of shining through on it either. Definitely. Man, this is gonna be tricky. I don't even know what I'm up for at this point. Let's rinse this though. Right now, I'm trying to debate on whether I've had this one or not, and then I would be able to like maybe cross eliminate which one it's not. But let's move on to this one right here. I say number 2, but I don't know which one's number 2. Okay, that one. I don't think I've ever had it before. And it is very subdued. Very, most of the flavors on the front. And it's got the Irish sweetness to it, but this one right here is just, I can actually kind of taste the alcohol a little bit on the finish. So I'll say St. Patrick's Day definitely got a little more interesting when I got into whiskey tastings. And then a couple years ago, we did like the DNA heritage stuff, and I did find out that I am quite a bit more Irish than I ever knew. Not that ever like elevated necessarily the holiday for me, but yeah, definitely more Irish, more Scotch than I thought. It was always I always grew up under the impression that I was like English Dutch, with like very minute Native American, and a lot less Dutch than I thought. And the fact I don't even think it's regionalized on like my DNA ancestry stats. Let's see what we got here. Oh wow, that one hits. It's got like a very faint. You get that little bit of that candy sweetness on the front end, and then it just like smashes you. So I know which one this one isn't. I'm gonna say this one's definitely not the Sexton. This one's definitely not the Jameson. It's either got to be the Tullamore Dew or it's got to be the Proper 12. Yeah. I want to rate these too. Yeah, my mouth got used to the bite on it. It didn't bite as bad the second time. I will say, if a couple other, like, this green spot's excellent. Definitely more pricey than the rest of it. There's also, and I've had a bottle of it, I think up here a couple times. Keeper's Heart. It's like an Irish whiskey, like plus American whiskey. Fantastic if you can get it. I will say it's I think like the low end's like $30, and it's a fantastic bottle even at that price. I know they have like a couple more iterations that are higher end, but I've just had that like $30 price point, and it's fantastic. If you're looking for a bottle on St. Patrick's Day, I might link that one. I'll link the green spot. If you haven't tried it and you want something a little bit more high end, that one's good. But out of these guys, generally in my area run from like $20 to $30. I will tell you which one that you should pick when I'm done with this one. I haven't had this yet though, so this will be the fourth one, not number 4, the fourth one. Oh man, this one just has a great, fantastic nose. Oh, yeah, I know which one that one is. I'm pretty sure I know which one that one is. If I had to guess right now, I'm going to take this bottle and I'm going to sit it over here. I am pretty sure that is the Sexton. This one is like, this is about $30. Jameson's about $30. These other two I think are probably closer to like 25 to 20. At least, like I said, in my area. Obviously, regions are different with prices. Try this guy one more time. Oh yeah. Oh yeah, I think that's the Sexton. This is a tough call. I don't know necessarily which one for sure is. I have a guess. I'll have to make a guess. But I do want to process eliminate this one. Because like I said, I felt like the nose was solid. And it was relatively smooth, which makes me think this one is probably the Jameson. And I will say, Jameson, I think solid whiskey, especially Irish, but they do have like the craft ones, and then they have to do like the black barrel, and I think all of those are they're very good. Trying to think out of the stout and the IPA one though, the barrel ones, it might be a mood thing. Definitely more stout in the winter, IPA in the summer. You see me drink IPAs all the time, so I don't necessarily know why I'm rationalizing the flavor profiles, but I think the stout's just a little bit more creamier. And obviously, you're getting a little bit more of that like citrusy nose and stuff on the IPA. We can definitely do a blind tasting of just Jameson at some point. I would like to see how that ends up. Oh yeah, I'm thinking it's got to be this guy. It's good. If these get me all confused up, I'm gonna be surprised. But I'm thinking, you know, we got Jameson right here. We got some Sexton right here. We got two that I've never had. I will say, setting up this whiskey tasting, I was like, man, we're gonna talk about like St. Patrick's Day games. I mean, I'm definitely more of like a pub style when it comes to this. Like, you know, I'd croquet board, you know, some Vino, some Clask, but man, distilled. I see a lot of people getting distilled right now, and it really makes me want to jump into that game doing a tasting like this. I played a little off topic. I played 11 yesterday, and I don't know. I don't have a ton of like heavier euros, but that game takes a minute to set up. And I saw that like Distilled's got like a game trays on it, so I'm like, you know, I know it's still very. I don't. You have to let me know if you've played Distilled already, and you have any kind of idea how like 11 mechanically. Let me know what you think about like how they kind of are, like they're similar mechanically. I definitely am probably gonna pick up Distilled because that's kind of a niche for me. I mean, like we got a football manager board game. I think we need a distilled board game to the collection. But I'll say definitely St. Patty's Day parties of the past. Had a lot of really fun like house parties in my 20s. But really, like I said, pretty very food oriented, especially with family when it comes to St. Patty's Day. I remember my mom always making like I'm trying to think of the dish, corned beef and cabbage. Yeah. I don't think I really liked it too much when I was little, but man, as I grew up, it definitely grew on me. I'm going to tell you, the bite, I'm not going to look at the bottles. I think the bottles might give it away. No bite. Similar to this one. This one right here, I'm going to tell you, I think if I had to pick, I'm going to go with this and then the proper 12. Mainly because I think Connor's McGregor Irish Whiskey is probably not the best one. And I don't think this is the best one. It's got more bite to it. Definitely more of a mixer for me. It's not bad by any means. It just, I'm looking at these two, and I will say this one's definitely closer to this one. This one stands out on its own. It's to me this one also stands out on its own. These two are definitely the most similar. But if I had to rate these, this one or this one's the best. And like I said, I'm obviously thinking this is Jameson and this one's Sexton. The biggest thing about Sexton, it is copper pot distilled, and I think that is what I'm tasting. I thought about going with Bushmills instead, but yeah, wanted to throw something that was just similar price, but shows that you can get something completely different. Yeah, I would have to go with the Sexton, then this one, but we got to see what they are. And the numbers are on the bottom. And let's see what we got. We'll start with this one. This one's Jameson. Okay. Jameson is, we got that one correct. So we'll go ahead and push this one up. Actually, we'll put it to the side. But yeah, I would say, you know, definitely my second favorite. I'm going to check. I don't know. I think I might have got this one wrong. I I think I got this one wrong. This one is not. It's a little more ado. Which is surprising. I'm pretty sure that one might actually be. Yep. Wow. I would not have guessed that. I would have not got. Okay, so I definitely got these two swapped. This one is definitely more. I would rate this one higher. Conor McGregor, you didn't do too bad of a job. I would bring these in here, and then yep, this one Yep. Yep. All right, so if we're doing actual ratings right here, this is what I have picked on. But I will tell you, I am not gonna just sit here and drink Irishes all day on St. Paddy's Day. That would not be my style. So I will tell you, I do have something special over here. I'm gonna use it to cleanse the palate as we wrap this up. And I am glad I pulled my mat for this, which is why we got this. But this is local. This is also local. So I'll tell you, this is just a very solid, like, kind of a English ale. Just really good. It says it's a brown ale, which that's not really surprising. This is brewed by Wichita Brewing Company, and it has a tall grass label on it because they went out of business several years back, and Wichita Brewing revived them. But this guy is Irish Red Warbeard by Walnut River, and I will say this is one of my favorite reds. Probably one of my favorite beers to drink on St. Paddy's Day, other than the occasional Guinness. So I'm gonna do a tasting of this, and we will wrap this up. So definitely leave me a comment what your usual St. Patrick's Day plans are. You know, are you the food one? You know, you make I'm a huge Reuben guy. I will tell you right now, like, I'm probably going to get some stuff to make some Reubens tonight. I'm a huge fan of, you know, the sauerkraut corned beef with cheese, you know, cheese sandwich. But what dishes do you tend to eat on St. Patrick's Day? Do you go out, you know, you cook at home? I generally do cook at home now that, you know, kids. And also, you know, what is your go-to? You know, are you an Irish coffeer? And, you know, if you don't drink, maybe you got something else that you do all entirely. I haven't had too much wine stuff on here, but, you know, I don't feel like wine's necessarily the most appropriate thing for this holiday. Not that I don't have my occasional glass of wine. Oh yeah, I like this Irish Red. You can smell the. It's like it's almost like a malt smell coming up there. But I will tell you, this is if you can find this guy, and I don't think he's gonna be like nationwide. Very good. I also like Killian's, and I'm trying to think of the other one, Smithwick. I think Smithwick has an Irish Red. Also very good. I just buy this because it is local and it is also good. So that's, like I said, Walnut River, Irish Red Ale. Yeah, what games though? That's what I was trying to get to. What games do you tend to pull out on St. Patrick's Day? You know, is there a thematic game? I saw like I don't know if Glenmore would be. I don't know if that's a Scots thing or a Irish thing, but another game that kind of pops out and makes me, you know, all the green and stuff on the box makes me think of St. Patrick's Day. But like I said, more of a pub game myself. You know, games myself. You know, small party games. You know, even the Rhino Hero kind of flies on St. Patrick's Day for me. So that's pretty much gonna wrap it up for me. Like I said, happy St. Patrick's Day to all of you out there. If this is your first time watching, this is pretty much my full first ever tasting. I would say pretty full tasting. So let me know what you think. We can do more of these in the future. I definitely kind of want to do maybe the same kind of comparison videos with maybe some I don't know, some American bourbons, stuff like that. Maybe even some wines. You know, some wines you can pick up for under that $20 price range. That there's some pretty good aged ones in bourbon barrels that I like. But yeah, let me know like what kind of tastings would you like to see in the future. And yeah, it's gonna wrap it up for me. Much love, everyone. Cheers.